on with us. We're tracking further updates as far as the Russia-Ukraine war is concerned. We're now learning that US President Donald Trump has stated that he is ready to move to a second phase of sanctions against Russia over the Ukraine conflict. Moreover, Trump has stated that he expects individual European leaders to visit the US this week to discuss the war. He has said that he is not happy about the status of the war itself and that he will speak to Russian President Vladimir Putin soon. Trump made these remarks as Russia has launched its largest air barrage, setting Kiev's main government building, on fire and killing at least 4 people, including an infant. Meanwhile, US envoy to Ukraine, Keith Kellogg, has also called the Russian strike an escalation and not a signal that Moscow wants to diplomatically end the war. Listen in to what Trump had to say.
Are you ready to move to the second phase of sanctions against Russia or punishing Putin? How is your
greatest obstacle to a peace deal in Ukraine?
Say it.
As of right now, what do you think is the greatest obstacle to a peace deal?
Well, we're going to see. I mean, we have some very interesting discussions. You know, certain European leaders are coming over to our country on Monday or Tuesday, and individually. And I think we're going to get that settled. I think we're going to get it settled. We have to. You can't lose, you know, when they're losing 5,000 to 7,000 soldiers a week for no reason, you have to get it settled.
When do you plan to speak to President Putin next? And will
Very soon, over the next couple of days. Look, we're going to get it done. The Russia-Ukraine situation, we're going to get it done. I have confidence we're going to get it.
All right, then, of course, we've heard what Donald Trump has had to say. Despite the recent barrage, he stated that he will get a deal done and he's confident in doing so. Colonel Sirohi is still with us on the broadcast. So one very interesting point that Trump has mentioned is the fact that European leaders will be visiting him this week one by one. We, of course, know how that played out the last time. Leaders from the EU were at the White House, the optics of which were not in their favor despite their show of strength. Trump last time had made it very clear that even though the US would be involved in providing security guarantees for Ukraine, there would be no boots on the ground. So in this context and what we've seen taking place in Denmark just a couple of days back with the EU leaders, defense ministers meeting, do you think it is time for Europe to expedite the security guarantees?
Absolutely, Pia, but point is that this security guarantee, the Russians are not going to accept it. They don't want any troops of NATO countries to be on the Ukrainian soil. So this is the point which I don't think that Mr. Putin will agree to it. Now, as far as the providing security is concerned, they are already providing security. They are providing aid, they are providing. The only things what they have not done is they have not sent their troops. Otherwise, arms, ammunition, and everything has been sent so far, but nothing has happened. Now it is what we have to see is how long the Ukrainian military will hold up and versus how long the Russian economy is going to hold up. That is the thing we have to see. Now, if Americans or the Western people are thinking that by going in for secondary sanctions or going for the second phase of sanctions, they will be able to collapse the economy of the Russians, I think they are totally miscalculating, because they have already put in so many sanctions on Russia that in spite of those sanctions, nothing has moved. Russia's economy is as strong as it was pre-Russia-Ukraine war. So the Europeans going to White House and discussing, that is absolutely okay. But what I think they should be discussing is how to come to the negotiating table and bring peace to Ukrainians, because otherwise you keep on arming Ukraine, you keep on putting sanctions on Russia, nothing is going to solve this problem. Pia.
All right, sir. With that, I would like to thank you for taking out time speaking to us on NewsX World today morning.